Hey, welcome back. Before we can write any code, we're going to need a text editor, so that's what we'll be installing in this video. Before we even do that, though, I want to say that we are, in this course, going to be using Visual Studio Code. I can say that the Python space is pretty well dominated by VS Code and PyCharm right at the moment, so if you use either one of those tools, it's probably a safe bet. That said, this course is going to specifically cover how to configure VS Code to work with various Python code quality tools. And so, regardless of which editor you normally use, I would recommend following along using Visual Studio Code while you take this course. If you end up finishing the course and you decide that VS Code is not the editor for you, that's totally fine. By the end of the course, you will have been exposed to the features that are typical of a professional Python software development workflow. And so basically, you'll know what you're looking for in an editor, and you'll be in a good place to research those features and set them up for the editor that you'd like to work with. Having said that, let's install VS Code. To do that, let's open up a browser, and all you need to do is Google VS Code, and it should be the first thing that comes up. Their site is smart, so it will detect which operating system you're using, so I will go ahead and click this for Windows and save it somewhere. Now let's start up the installer, accept the terms. Before we continue, I just want to point out this checkbox that says add to path. Basically, what this means is in our terminal, specifically PowerShell in this case, because I'm on Windows, a VS Code command is going to be added to our path, and we'll be able to use PowerShell to launch VS Code, which is actually pretty cool. That is a feature that is also going to be available on Linux and Mac, and even on my machine, I will be using the Windows subsystem for Linux. So in all cases, we'll be able to use that code command inside of a Linux terminal. Great, it looks like the installation succeeded. I'll go ahead and launch it, and I will see you in the next video.